like 11 in the morning and I have a few projects I want to do around the trailer today, but I wanted to show you my basement storage area because I'm kind of proud of how I've organized it and what I've done, and hopefully it'll give you some ideas. I watch a lot of YouTube videos. I kind of nerded out with it and came up with my own way of organizing it and making it work for me. So just wanted to share with you and show you what I've done, and maybe it'll give you some ideas for your own, especially if you have this sort of space in your RV storage area underneath. So let's go do that. It is like, I'm up in the mountains right now. It's 40 degrees outside. Can you see that? It's 40 degrees. It actually snowed this morning, but yeah. So I just came from the beach where it was like 80. Not quite 80, about 70 some. But let me show you out here. Actually, I'll show you my setup first. I'm up at Big Bear Lake, a campground called Serrano Campground. And I have full hookups. It's 30 amp. So I love this campground, one of my favorite spots. But and I have, if you want to see, I made a review of this campground, every loop and every site. So I'll leave a link for that video at the end of this video if you want to take a look at this campground. But this is my storage area on my Pinnacle fifth wheel. I call it the basement area, and it's super large, but let me shut the door first so the lights will come on. But I have access on both sides, and what I want to show you first is I installed this Moride tray. So this is a Moride sliding tray just to make it easier for me to get in and out. To get stuff that's in the back here. And I have my little giant ladder. I love this ladder. Right here, it just slides. If I had two hands, it would be easier to show you. But this whole thing slides out. So I love that. And then what I've done, I moved this over right now because I want to show you back in here. But I have some storage bins. I think I got these at Bed Bath & Beyond. But they're clear, so I can see what's inside of them. And they have these snapping lids, so they're easy for me to get into. I have my EcoFlow Delta Pro Max right here, and a solar panel for that right here. And then, of course, my ladder here. And then back behind my Blackstone, I have some chairs and other items in here. But I also wanted to show you what I did here. So I have the zero gravity chairs, and they're just, if you have them, you know they're a pain to store. They are super comfortable and you can easily fall asleep in them, and we love them. But I was always having to move stuff to get them out, or move these items to get something else out when I had them down here, or they were in the bed of the truck. And so this whole space wasn't utilized up here in my compartment area. So what I did is I got these. I think I got them on Amazon. They are like kayak holders, I think is what they were, for like your garage. And then I bolted them in to the underfloor up here, and they're adjustable, so I can adjust the length, the drop down, and then they're padded. And both my chairs sit up there. So I love that. And it was a perfect fit for this area, and it gets those out of the way. I also wanted to show you what I did here. On my RV, this area was all just a sliding brown wall to cover all of the underbelly, the wiring, and all of my electronics. I have my Power Watchdog back in here. But I wanted to be able to monitor in here and see in here without moving everything and without taking off those doors. And so I just went to Home Depot and I bought plexiglass, and I bought the size that fit. They had actually the size that fit. And then I put this felt, like right here so I can open and close it. But now I can see in here. And by the way, that is a fire, like a flame buster. It's a fire extinguisher. And then I installed a light up here. But now I can get in here, I can see back in here, and I can see my Watchdog surge protector, what's going on with that. So yeah, I like that. So that's an idea for you if you need. And then I put in, these are motion sensor lights. So when the door opens, these will come on. But I wanted more light, so I put in some strip lighting here. And so these won't work unless I'm hooked up to electric, but they're also on a sensor. So I have an automatic sensor. When this door opens, these lights will come on, and it just brightens up this area in here. So this is on the passenger side. Let me show you the other side. Okay, coming around to the driver's side, this is the area that I really am kind of proud of how I've organized this and what I've done. But first off, I wanted to leave kind of a nice big open area here for working in here, for to be able to access the back of this, to be able to, when that slide travels forward, to be able to get in around here into the basement area over here. So I just wanted like a work spot and a workspace. So I didn't want to fill this with anything right here, no slide out, no bins or anything like that. But I did a lot of research to find out how to organize my tools and what would be the best way to organize my tools. And I settled on this. It's the Ryobi Link. And you can get these at like Lowe's, online, at Home Depot. But what I like about it is they're all adjustable and they're adaptable. So you can create kind of your own configuration however you want. And I've just taken the link right here, these, and I've mounted them to this wall here. Now this wall is kind of the side of my wet bay area, so if I have to get to the back of my wet bay, I have to remove this wall. So knock on wood, I haven't had to do that yet, but if I do, all of this stuff just comes off easily. It just pops off. They pop out of these. They pop out of these little links right here. And so what I've got in here, we'll start here, is I just got a little garbage can. So I like this here because when I'm doing stuff and I have a dirty towel or garbage, I can just put it here and then empty this later. That was like from 99-cent store or something. And then this right here is my Ryobi. I'm trying to stay within the Ryobi system, so I have a Ryobi blower, leaf blower. I have my little drill. Then I have a Ryobi screw set right here. Up here, I have these little boxes, and they just open like this. I have some electric items. I've labeled them like hitch. Here's a little electric screwdriver, but I just have odds and ends that I need in here. And then right here is a paper towel holder. I have this here with some thick paper towels for working out here. And then up here is a shelf that I have for my battery, the Ryobi Link battery, and it plugs in right here because I have a plug out here. Then here I did some hooks, more hooks. Move that out of the way. I have for a little bin for the gloves, some outlet. Let's see, these are like adapters. And then on the back wall here, I drilled a little hanging rack to hang all of my electric power adapters. Have a hammer back there. And then this is really cool. Ryobi Link makes these boxes that connect together, and this box here is actually connected to this, so it's not going anywhere. But what I like about this, besides the fact that they're clear and you can see inside of them, is they pull out like this. So I can take this whole box with me to wherever I'm working outside of the trailer here. And they just slide back in. and they lock in place right here with this. So they're not going anywhere. Now they're locked in place. So I love that feature for travel. But this box, so I just take this with me when I'm working on a project. And then this one here, it clips on to this. So it all connects, so it's not going anywhere. And then I can just take this off as well. Up here, I wanted to utilize this storage space up here because, you know, I had nothing up here. And so I bought extension rods, just cheap extension rods, and I painted them black. And then got some of this cheap shelving, maybe like from the 99-cent store, and also painted it black. And I put light stuff up here, like my gloves for the sewer, accessories for the blower, but it just tensions in over here. And then what I did over here is I installed a metal basket. So this is bolted into the wall, and I have all of my cleaning supplies and detail supplies for the trailer. And then these are kind of cool, these little hooks. They're magnetic. And so this is metal back there. So they just stick to the wall, and then you can arrange them however you want. I kind of made good use of this wall here. Back here I have a fire extinguisher. This is my filtered water for the refrigerator and drinking water, so that I just pull out this way when I want to, when I need to fill it. And then right here in this empty space is where my water softener goes. So that fits right in here. And then for some odd things, one other thing I did is I put in these brackets. They're also like a kayak type bracket for the garage, or bicycle bracket, or something where you can, a surfboard bracket where you can hang items in the garage. And like, this is my Starlink pole. This is a mat, an outdoor mat. So I just wanted to get these out of the way as well, and I wasn't utilizing that space back there. And then I put in, you can see this strip light here and this strip light here, and those are on this motion sensor right here. And since we're down here, I wanted to show you what I've done in the wet bay area here. So this is my wet bay area, and these are where my connections for the city water, and where my black flush is. And anyway, I just bought a little hand soap dispenser right here. It just connects on the wall, and I can refill it here. But I like it because I can wash my hands right here, and then I have the paper towels right here and the garbage right here. But it's little things like that that make your camping experience a little easier. And then my connections in here is from a company called Blue Tech, and I'm going to do a review on these fittings and what I've got going on here later. But this is my fresh water, and then this is my black tank flush. And what's nice is I can just switch this over to do black tank flush from the same hose, so I don't have to deal with setting up a whole nother hose. But goes into my water softener, and then back over to the connections on here. And they're just really good quality disconnects and fittings, so I've been happy with them. They're expensive, but I'll show you those in a different video. But I just kind of wanted to show you on the driver's side, the wet bay area, how I organized it with the storage area here. So I have these metal hooks here. They're great. I got them on Amazon, but they're great in here. They stick well. This checks the electricity at the pedestal to see if you've got a good pedestal and everything's working fine before you plug your RV in. And that's just hanging on a metal hook. And then I have these metal magnetic screw holders here. I have one down here. So if I'm working and I need to just drop a screw in there and not lose it or whatever, I put those in here. So that's kind of how that's set up. And then I have my sensor, the door sensor for the strip lighting in here. Well, I hope you liked that review of my basement area, and just maybe it gave you some ideas on what you can do with yours. If you have questions about it, just leave me a comment in the comment section and I'll respond to you. Also, if you've done something similar to your RV storage area and you have some really creative ideas, let me know, because I'm always curious to see what other people have done, looking for new ideas, and it might give others who watch this video some good ideas as well. Anyway, if you like this video, I would appreciate it if you would subscribe. It's free to do, and if you hit the notification icon, you will be notified when I drop my next video. And if you want to watch my video on this campground at Big Bear Lake, California, then click here. And until I see you in the next video, travel safe.